MMA Boxing Talk here. I just wanted to make a quick video talking about the big fight on Saturday night, heavyweight championship boxing, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, the trilogy. It's a fight that not everyone asked for. Most people weren't asking for it, but now that it's here, it's kind of exciting. They first fought December 2018, and then their rematch was 15 months later. And after the rematch, now the trilogy is 17 months after the rematch. The trilogy will take place. So a lot of space, a lot of gaps in between each fight. The first fight was, it's coming up on 3 years ago already. So much has happened, so much has changed. The first fight, Fury was basically still transitioning his body from a 400-pound man to a 260, 270-pound fighter, someone who's in shape. It takes a long time to do that. It doesn't just happen over a few months. It takes years to, when you're 400 pounds, to shed that off and become a fighter again with anyway. So lots to be said there. So much has happened. We don't know what the real game plans are going into the fight in this trilogy, how Wilder is going to approach this, how Fury's going to approach this. I'm assuming Fury's going to be a little less aggressive this time, or possibly be aggressive but maybe pick his spots more now that Wilder knows what he's capable of. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. I made a few bets this weekend. I got Fury winning, but I'm really not sure how it's going to happen, how it's going to play out. But I bet $15 on Tyson Fury winning a split decision. The return on that is $225, so great odds there. And I also put down $5, just a gut feeling, $5 on Tyson Fury getting a 5th round stoppage. But yeah, it could go many ways. I mean, to me, a lot of it has to do with how Wilder approaches this, because if he tries to, just survive and use boxing skills and try to outbox Fury, it's not going to go good. Maybe he can get to a decision, but he's certainly not going to win a decision on points against Fury, and actually deserve the win. It's not going to happen. Fury can do that for sure. He did it in the first one. Some close calls, but he still should have got the nod despite the 2 knockdowns in their first fight. And of course, how does Fury approach this? It's all speculation, really. I just can't wait for this fight. It's kind of weird because when it first got announced, which was a long time ago, supposed to happen in the summer and things like that, but I wasn't really that excited for it. I didn't really want to see it. Actually, originally the trilogy was supposed to happen in 2020, but then COVID hit, so that kind of derailed things, and then Wilder came out with all the excuses. It's just been a complete shit show. But now that we're only 3 days away, 2 days away, whatever, I'm really looking forward to it, and it's going to be a great fight. I just wanted to give my thoughts quickly, but I do have Tyson Fury winning this. I'm just not sure how, but my prediction is Tyson Fury wins a decision, a split decision actually. I have a feeling that Wilder, he's got a lot of pride. There's a lot on the line for Wilder, his legacy, his pride, and I'm just not sure if going for the gusto, going for the kill is his best option. Even when he was at his best, knocking everyone out, he never was overly aggressive, only when he had his opponent hurt, perhaps. But he would be pretty patient, and he would lose rounds to guys like Gerald Washington and Arthur Szpilka and Duhaupas. He would lose rounds to these guys, so he was patient, but he would always find the off switch eventually. And he came close to doing that with Tyson Fury, but all to say, looking at the the training footage and all this stuff, it appears to me that Wilder is going to have a more tactical approach. And if he has a more tactical approach, and Tyson Fury isn't necessarily, sorry, I just see a rabbit here, but if Wilder has a tactical approach and Fury thinks to himself, well, maybe I'll be just a tad less cautious, a tad more cautious in the trilogy, because I'm not really sure what Wilder's going to bring, what he's going to do, I could see it going the distance. And, you know, so many times when a big profile fight like this goes the distance, and one guy is the rightful favorite, like the rightful winner, there's always that one judge that gives it to the other guy, which makes it a split decision. You know, I'll give you an example. Floyd Mayweather, when he outclassed and outschooled and outboxed Canelo Alvarez about, you know, 8 years ago or whatever it was, that should have been a unanimous decision, but it was a split decision for Mayweather. So that's why the split decision for Tyson Fury, or just a decision period, is my prediction. But the bet for, you know, the odds are just crazy for a split decision win for Tyson Fury. Now, it very well could be a stoppage. You know, Fury could be maybe even more aggressive this time, try to, you know, catch Wilder off guard even much more. That could happen too. But I got Tyson Fury by decision. That's my prediction. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But to be fair, we could very well see a stoppage as well. This is the heavyweight division. Fury did have a lot of success with being aggressive in the rematch. And I mean, Wilder, you can teach him all not even the fundamentals, just teaching him whatever Malik Scott's teaching him, how to be more evasive, how to, you know, just give more angles, give more looks. This is the heavyweight division. Anything can happen. And Wilder, what I'm getting at is Wilder, more than likely, once he gets tagged a few times, he's going to resort back to what he's always done. And that would not be a good recipe for success going up against Tyson Fury. We already see what happened there in the rematch, but Wilder does carry lots and lots of power. So it's such an intriguing matchup. I never thought that I'd be this excited going into the trilogy. You know, because if you would have asked me, you know, 15, 16, 17 months ago what my thought was on the trilogy, I would have said, I don't need to see it. We just saw it. And in fairness, the first fight was a draw, and the second fight Fury wins, which means Fury wins the rivalry with Wilder. You know, you draw, that's even, and then the next is a win. Well, then you're up 1 to a draw. Like you won that. There's no really need for a trilogy, but now that it's here, I'm excited. We'll see what happens. We'll see what adjustments Wilder will make, whether it's more aggressive, less aggressive. It's going to be great. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Heavyweight championship boxing, baby. Doesn't get better than this. That's it for this one. If you liked the video, subscribe. Check me out on Twitter. Peace.